We aren't even a month into the new year, and Donk is already winning. With the finale of Blast Bounty Season 1, Team Spirit have continued their hot streak with another W at the first event of the year. And the birthday boy himself, more confident than ever, has collected yet another MVP award for his now overflowing cabinet. Folks, the Donk Era is here.
Are you disappointed?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was obvious.
You think they're scared?
Yes.
By all accounts, Blast Bounty has been a fantastic start to this new year of CS2, really showcasing all of the things we have to look forward to, from new team compositions to, of course, the first ever all-female roster in Tier 1 Counter-Strike. And as the event came to a close over the weekend, we got to crown the first winners of 2025. The quarterfinals went mostly as expected, despite a nail-biter between Na'Vi and Pain, which saw Na'Vi narrowly win it out in overtime. However, the big story in this round came from Eternal Fire, who were able to upset Vitality in a 2-0 stomp, thanks in large part to Xantares and his insane performance on Anubis.
Be afraid to bail Eternal Fire out there, the two you want shining bright to open, and Xantares is certainly living up to that hype right now, feeding more and more info to Eternal Fire. Xantares, as a result, ready for this lurk in through middle. Eternal Fire might have taken them a moment to put a stop to this, but now it's only ZywOo. A chance for the plant, but they charge at him. Knife pulled for Xantares. He wants this personal, and ZywOo stabbed to put a close to Anubis.
Woxic followed it up with a great showing on map 2, and the Turkish squad was able to take down ZywOo and Rops and this rank 5 team. And it's just great to see these two guys playing in form after all of these years. I know it's only the first event of the year, but once upon a time, Xantares was the scariest son of a bitch in the server, so I hope we get to see more of him this year. The team's success also continued when they picked G2 as their next opponent. It went all 3 maps, but once again, Woxic, with the addition of Wucadia, were able to overpower the favorites heading into that match. Of course, G2 and Vitality are two of the teams who have recently made some pretty big changes, so they're in a bit of a state of flux. However, the ability of Eternal Fire to perform against the best of the best cannot be discounted. Now, due to process of elimination, Na'Vi and Team Spirit would have to duke it out for the remaining spot in the grand finals. And that revelation that came on stage led to what might be one of the funniest sequences this esport has gotten in quite some time.
Spirit, you end up with Na'Vi. This will be maybe a real test for you, do you think?
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Just
Okay, but he does not give a flying who he faces anymore. And that confidence almost evolved into disappointment when it came time for the two teams to declare how much money they were going to wager in the match.
I'm happy to announce that the Na'Vi camp has decided to save their pennies.
Why? You don't feel confident?
I mean, we went all in yesterday and it was a struggle, so it is what it is.
Donk, you were going to go all in. You told me you were always going to go all in, right?
Yes.
Are you disappointed?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was obvious.
It was obvious. You think they're scared?
Yes.
Words cannot describe the chip on this kid's shoulder, but I'm not even mad. I want to see more superstar behavior from the best player in the world, and honestly, it's kind of deserved. Plus, if he can't back up his words in the server, then him being cocky like that would just be hilarious. Pretty much a win-win situation as far as the spectacle of the game is concerned. Though, when it finally came down for the two to actually play, it was clear that Donk had some confidence for a reason.
Yeah, good point. But they'll find magics at least. Here comes a triple from the cat fight. Donk picks up.
He is a samurai.
Everything that stands in
that's
front.
not even...
A headshot for the quad.
He was just running away.
Map 2 did go pretty deep into overtime, but Spirit managed to pull out the win, sending them to the grand finals against Eternal Fire in the best of 5. So I guess Alexi B holding on to that cash for Na'Vi was a good idea after all. Now, Map 1 went to the Turks with some more great performances from Woxic and Xantares. Donk was a little absent, but then he came online. And, well, it doesn't really seem like anyone has an answer to that problem.
Caution still being exerted here by Team Spirit as they approach this A site. Donk is just showing you why he's the best. Tapping into the heads of all like it's nothing.
No way. Let's watch this back, dog. Bro, that's insane.
It was 4 down and 4 to go. And the Tech-9 taps away with an op on his back. He gets a second with just the sidearm. It was his clutch that kept them in Anubis. Can it keep them in the grand finals? I think not. Team Spirit on Mirage. Plenty of map and match points to finish, but 2025 will begin where 2024 finished. Team Spirit on top.
Donk already had by far the highest rating in the tournament heading into the playoffs, and it would remain that way as he strolled over to yet another MVP award. The whole team played great, honestly, and they did it without their goddamn coach in attendance, but at this point, I don't think we can be surprised. Still, this is the first event of what is going to be a long year of Counter-Strike. However, with Katowice up next, Donk has the chance to go back to where it all started and maybe do it again. If he does win Katowice, what he does after that, I don't even know. The guy just turned 18 and he already has more accolades and achievements than 99% of the people who have or ever will play this game. But what if, and I know I'm getting ahead of myself, what if he does this for another 2 to 3 years? What does that mean for the legacy of the players who came before him or his contemporaries now? I'm not exactly sure, but what I do know is that we are currently in the Donk era. It's up to the other teams to figure out what they're going to do about it. Oh. Beauty.
Do you want one too, Danny?
Call him Danny Bear? Huh?